Hey y'all, I'm Cody, it's time to catch up. Grab your headphones and fill your cup. Sports and life, I've got stories to share. Sit back, relax like you just don't care.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Catch Up with Cody Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Cody. As you can see, it's going to be a video podcast today. We'll see how this goes. I know I've been doing mostly just audio before, but I think I'm gonna start doing the video one. I know a lot of podcasts that I watch are like this, and I think it'll just help grow the podcast a little bit so people can put a face to the voice that they're listening to. I know you guys have seen me a couple times in TikToks and stuff like that, but I think doing this type of podcast will grow the channel a little bit. So a couple things we're going to want to talk about today is how everybody's New Year's went. Like I said in a couple episodes back, I did have that New Year's Eve party. I will add a couple videos and pictures to it to show you guys how that went. There will be a TikTok coming up too as well for that. It was a good night. It wasn't a late night, but a fun night. We had that live band. Shout out to all my buddies. They don't have a band name yet, so if you guys have any cool band names, put it in the comments below, and I'll send them over to them and see if they like any of them. Good food, a bunch of people. I think we were at 55 to 60 people in there. It's not the most we've ever had, but it was a good amount, good time. So I actually won the raffle, so I got to go back behind the stage for a couple songs, so that was fun. But yeah, overall, good time. It's 2025, so let's hope for a good year. We're already 4 days in now when I'm recording this podcast, so already the year is flying by. But yeah, so a couple New Year's things. Went to that Red Wings game on the 29th. We had a suite, so that was pretty fun. They won, played against Washington, which was a first place team. I did not think it would go as well as it did. First period, it was already 4-1. Place was packed. Never seen it like that in a while. I'm glad to see all these Detroit teams finally, coming up to the top. Pistons, they're looking good. At the time I'm recording this, they're 16-18, which is 2 more games more than they had last year. Last year, I was actually just thinking to myself earlier today, I feel like last year was a waste. I mean, you give a coach money who doesn't really want to be here. He doesn't play the players like he should. I mean, Jaden Ivey should have been playing way more than he did last year. Just overall, it was a waste of a year last year. So kind of sucks because that's one less year that you have to develop these players. But I mean, JB Bickerstaff this year is doing a great job. I mean, 16 wins already. Like I said, that's 2 more wins than last year. We're sitting in the play-in tournament right now. I know it's still early, but I mean, looking at the teams ahead, we're like 3 or 4 games within these guys to get into the playoffs. So should be a good time. And then I think I'm going to do more of a mental health one today as well. I know I just talked a little sports right there, but your diet and mental health, how those correlate. We'll talk about, the weight I used to be at, the weight I'm currently at now, and the weight I want to be at, which isn't too far away. I'm actually doing pretty good. I think with that little liver disease issue I had there for that, 4 to 5 month span, it was really eye-opening to see where my numbers were at and what it was, losing the weight, and now seeing that my numbers are better. I mean, even in pictures, there's some pictures that I look back and I'm like, I don't really think I lost the weight that I did. And then there's other pictures where I can really tell that I have lost that weight. So I'm excited to talk about that. And thinking about maybe doing a, not like a daily, but almost like a weekly or every 2 week update with you guys on my weight loss. Trying to get to, I'll just tell you guys now, trying to get to my goal of 200. So we're close to that, but I'll just keep it up. Like I said, I've gained a lot of weight since high school, like most people do. But there's some things that are starting to affect it. I mean, like, My legs are hurting more. Like I said, I'm starting to lose that stomach fat, so that's good. But yeah, just I want to get a little bit healthier, eat better, exercise, be more active, and that type of deal. So let's get started. That Wings game on the 29th, like I said, was a great game. Had the suites. We got there early, so there was food. They had pizza, sliders, mac and cheese. Can't go wrong with either of those. Desserts, drinks. I have pop, water, all that stuff. And our seats are great. I'm going to add a couple pictures to show you guys where our seats are and how that looked. But that coaching change, that was a good time to do it. I know March, I believe, is where the trade deadline is coming up here. So I think with the coaching change, I think with this trade deadline, I think we're getting something going here. So, like I said, I think we're on a 3-game win streak. So that gets us there. We're still not where we want to be, obviously, but Eichmann did a good job with doing that coaching change. So that was pretty good. So let's talk about my goals for 2025. First one is, like I said in the beginning, weight loss. I'm currently at 217 pounds. I want to get down to 200 at least, if not more. My high school weight was 175. So, I could get down to there. Honestly, it's funny because I feel like a lot of people say this is the opposite of what happened. But during COVID, I was in the best shape ever. I think it's because all I did was work, go home, and there was nothing else to do. So it was work, go home, work out, and repeat. So I'm going to try to do that again. Like I said, I need 17 more pounds. I'm going to start drinking a whole gallon of water. I used to do that, and it was easy. I didn't have a problem with it. It was just water, water, water. Lost the weight. So I'm going to try to do that again, which I believe I can do. So it shouldn't be hard. We just went to the grocery store the other day and actually bought food that's healthy. That's really where my struggle is the eating aspect. I like to eat late. I like to just snack around. And sometimes I just don't eat the healthiest food. Sometimes I come home from work and I'm like, I don't feel like cooking dinner. So let's just get pizza or let's just get fast food. So that definitely needs to change. But overall, it's going good. The next thing I want to talk about is the diet and mental health. I feel like right now with the weight that I'm at and the weight I was before, that does mess with your mental health. Because, you look in the mirror and you're like, I guess I could be a little bit, thinner, a little bit more muscular, and stuff like that. But, it's mind over matter. And I think I've learned that a lot, that if you just eat the right foods, work out, even if it's just a half an hour a day. That's usually what I'm doing right now. It's just about a half an hour a day. You'll see results. It won't be, overnight, obviously. And that's where you kind of have to tell your mind, like, hey, if I continue on this path for 3 months, you'll see some results. 6 months, you'll see more results. A year, you'll see more results. So you just have to tell yourself it's not going to happen overnight. And my thing is like, I can do it. Like once I do a workout and I'm like in the middle of the workout, it's fun. I enjoy it. It's just the getting up to do that workout. So that's where I really need to start focusing. Same thing with the diet. Like even if I make we'll say a salad, once I'm eating the salad, I'm like, okay, this isn't bad. I can enjoy this. It's healthy for me, etc. It's just come home, make a healthy food, and go from there. So again, it's everything pre the actual thing. But yeah, like I was talking about earlier, I think I'm going to do a weight update, even if I do every 2 weeks, even if I just put it on YouTube or just a comment and be like, hey, down X amount of pounds. So that way you guys can see the update, and it's kind of something for me to be like, okay, well, you are progressing. So keep this up. and obviously I'm enjoying it because I'm seeing those results. So I think it will help me and hopefully maybe some of you guys that are like in the same boat that I am. You want to get healthy, but it's that getting into that exercise that's stopping you from doing that. So, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be good. I think 2025 is gonna be my year. Like I said, I want to do weight loss. I'm hoping to buy a house this year, and then the podcast. I mean, it's going well. I've gotten a lot of feedback from a couple of my buddies, and they like it. I mean, some people, I've seen some people are like, hey, come up with some other topics, or it's kind of boring. Well, I mean, you're going to have those everywhere. So I'm just going to keep continuing to grow the podcast. It's something I enjoy. So that's the most important. Is if it's something that you don't enjoy, you're not going to want to pursue it. Whereas I enjoy doing this. I mean, I got a whole setup. I just moved it into the other room. I got my laptop, my microphone. I got a second monitor. I mean, I'm dedicated to doing this podcast. So, yeah. And I mean, some other goals, like I said, buy a house, weight loss, just overall have a good year. I mean, positivity, and just hopefully lead the negativity in 2024. So, but I want to hear your guys' goals too. So comment them down below. I'll read some, and maybe we can, keep each other accountable. I know I'm going to have a couple people in my corner keeping me accountable on some of these. I mean, I've already been saving money, so I mean, that's already a plus. Growing a podcast, I mean, I've already went from doing it with mini wireless headphones or microphones with a computer to now a whole setup. Obviously, I want to grow that more too. Got a tripod. Now I'm doing video podcasts. So that's, growing the podcast. Very minimal stuff, but I mean, in the long run, it'll all come together. So we can all keep each other accountable on these goals. Like I said, I definitely, the weight loss goal is number one. I mean, if you guys want to keep me in check too, that works too. Like I said, it's going to be a good year. So hoping for more fun, more laughs, and see where this year takes us. So hopefully everybody had a good New Year's, a good holiday. I'm going to be getting a couple TikToks up here. Hopefully this weekend. I got a work party on tonight when I'm recording this video. So I'm going to try to do as much work as I can beforehand and on Sunday. But I do have my family holiday party as well. So overall, we'll get the ball rolling. We'll get this podcast growing. So again, thank you everybody for viewing, liking, subscribing. I'm going to put the link down below and everything for TikToks. I'm on Spotify, YouTube. So yeah, and if you guys have any other ideas or anything you want me to talk about, let me know. I'm definitely always open to it. So once again, thank you guys for catching up with Cody. Peace.
Grab your headphones and fill your cup. Sports and life, I've got stories to share. Sit back, relax like you just don't care.